What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the stream. And today we've got games 3 and 4 of those Kansas City Royals taking on the Los Angeles Dodgers in the World Series. On the bump for us today is the midseason acquisition, Reed Detmers. Detmers has been cooking in these playoffs, racking up a 12.9 Ks per 9 and over a 7-1 strikeout to walk ratio. He'll be taking on Miguel Vargas to start this one off, and he'll blow a fastball right by him for out number 1, and we are off and running in game 3. Later in the inning, big Freddie Freeman is at the dish with a runner on first. Detmers is going to force him to roll over one, and that'll be an easy 3-6-3 inning double play rally killer. Now it's time for the Royals to get the sticks going against Gavin Stone, who has also been rock solid in these playoffs. And after 2 quick outs, he's going to get Mullins on a 3-2 changeup, and the Royals go down easy in their half of the first. Into the bottom of the second, Bobby Witt drew a 1-out walk. And you know what that means. Make that 9 swipes this postseason for the speed demon Witt. Unfortunately, Gavin Cross struck out on that play, thus it's all up to Oswald Peraza to get Witt home from second. But that kind of swing ain't going to get the job done, meat, and that'll be a quiet out number 3 to stop the threat. Top of the third, Alex Call is locked in a tough battle with Detmers, and in the 8th pitch of the at-bat, Call finally wins the war with a blast to center field. Mullins can't track it down, and the Dodgers have their first threat of the ballgame. Detmers gets a lefty-on-lefty matchup next, though, and he's going to jam up Gavin Lux on an up-and-in fastball to force the pop-out. Now the lineup flips over with Vargas at the top. Detmers falls behind 2-1 and tries to go down and in, but that ball never gets there. Miguel Vargas puts that one 410 feet from home plate on an absolute screamer of a home run. As you can see on the replay, Detmers leaves this one a bit too much over the plate, and at only 91 miles per hour, good hitters are going to burn you, and that's exactly what happened. First pitch after the home run, J.D. Davis is going to keep the line moving as he bloops one into center field that drops in front of Cedric Mullins. That's going to lead to a quick mound visit from Mark Pryor, just to settle everyone down. And after an 8-pitch battle with Freddie Freeman, Detmers freezes him on a nice slider to get the backwards strikeout and get the Royals back to the dugout. But Miguel Vargas has the Dodgers rolling early, and they're up 2-0. The 8 and 9 headers for the Royals go down quietly, but Gordon just holds up on this check swing to draw the 2-out walk. And then with Carlson at the dish, he's going to take off for a second and just gets in there. And now there's a duck on the pond. The Royals have been extremely aggressive on the base pass this postseason. Can they take advantage once again to cut into the Dodger lead? Well, 2 pitches later, Stone puts a stop to that hope as he gets Carlson to chase a beauty of a changeup for strike number 3. And the Royals get nothing and like it. Michael Busch to the plate now in the top half of the 4th, and Detmers is going to mislocate another fastball. Busch sends this one in the gap in left, and that gets over the head of Nick Gordon. Busch will have no trouble getting to second, and that's another runner in scoring position opportunity for the Dodgers as they look to extend this lead. Detmers would get Hasley to pop out to right field, setting up a difficult left-on-right matchup with Pages. In a 2-2 count, can I help you? No thanks, just looking. Down on strikes he goes, and Detmers has a shot to work out of this one. Jose Trevino steps up, and it's a chopper down the line to third. Really tough play for Witt off the backhand, but he fires a laser across the diamond to Pasquantino for the out, and Kansas City is able to keep the deficit at 2. Gavin Stone is absolutely cruising in this one. No hits allowed through 3 2/3, and he'll go ahead and retire Bobby Witt on a rollover ground out to third to make it an even 4. Are we on a no-hitter watch here in Game 3, folks? Man, I hope not. Now into the 5th inning, Stone continues to shove as he's going to brutalize Cross on another great changeup, freeze Peraza on the corner, and send Pasquantino packing as well to strike out the side and bring his total to 9 on the night. The Royals are now hitless through 5. Detmers trying to somehow find a way to keep pace, and Vinny Pasquantino flashing some leather over at first base. Wowza! But despite the strong defense, the Dodgers lineup remains relentless as Busch is going to rip his second double of the game, this one in the right field corner, and that's another 2-out runners in scoring position opportunity for LA. We're going to trust Detmers with a lefty-on-lefty matchup on tap against Hasley, and he'll reward that faith by inducing a lazy fly ball to Gordon in left to end the inning. It hasn't been the cleanest outing from Detmers, but he's really battled out there and gotten himself a quality start in this one. Now it's time to head back to the sticks with 9-1-2 headed to the plate. Let's see if we can't finally break through in this one. Sensing it's time to get aggressive, we're going to make some money moves and pinch hit our young lefty Jackson Merrill to start us off. And in a 1-1 count, he'll rip a perfect into right field, and the Royals are finally on the board in the hit column. That'll be the end for Gavin Stone. Maybe a little quick on this trigger, but there's no room for error with the top of the order coming up and only a 2-run lead. Stone was phenomenal in this one, 6+ innings pitched, 1 hit allowed, 2 walks, and 9 strikeouts, but he's still responsible for Merrill over at first base. He'll be replaced by our good friend from Game 1, Gregory Soto. Can Lightning strike twice in this World Series for us? Or will Soto return to form and slam the door shut on this inning? Well, we're not going to make it easy on him, as we'll quickly counter with Nick Lofton coming in to pinch hit for Nick Gordon. And he'll be first pitch hacking, but only results in a lazy flyout to center field for out number 1. Now another lefty smasher steps into the dish in Dylan Carlson, but he puts an absolutely terrible swing on that 2-2 pitch, and Trevino is going to close the mid on it for out number 2. After back-to-back righties go down without much bite, Sodi gets the lefty-lefty matchup against Mullins, but Cedric came to play as he scoops this one over the head of the right fielder, and it's time to move. Merrill is going to score all the way from first, and Mullins dives into third base for the triple. Big piece of hitting there from our free agent acquisition. Taking a look at the replay, not sure why the outfield was so shallow in a 2-out situation, and it burns LA as Mullins sneaks it over their heads, allowing the Royals to cut the lead in half. Learning from their mistakes of Game 1, the Dodgers quickly pull Gregory Soto and replace him with Brewster Gutierrez. He'll match up against Torres, who's going to rip a seeing-eye single past the second baseman to drive in Mullins and tie this one up. The ball makes it into the gap, and Torres picks him up and puts him down, and he makes it into second for a double. And ladies and gentlemen, we have a new ball game here in the 6th inning. The bench is fired up, the fans are fired up, and all the momentum lies with the Royals right now as Big Bobby Witt and his 97 clutch rating steps to the dish. After fighting off a couple tough pitches, Witt rips a slider into left. No shot for the defense on this one as it bangs off the wall, and Torres will score easily from second as Bobby Witt replaces him. And the Royals are on top here in Game 3. Our superstar Bobby Witt coming through in the clutch yet again. Gavin Cross would work a walk in the next AB, setting up Oswald Peraza to build on his lore from this postseason. And he rips one right back up the chute, but it hits the bag. Bobby White doesn't realize it, and he's headed for home, where he's going to be gunned down to end the inning. What a brutal bounce that doesn't go Kansas City's way, and it saves the Dodgers from a larger deficit. But we finally break through in this 6th inning with 3 big runs to snatch the lead going into the late innings. We're not messing around in this one. We're going to head for some fire out of the pen. We'll call on Hayden Younger to go after the bottom of the order. He would pick up 2 quick outs before blowing away Alex Call with a 96-mile-an-hour-per-hour fastball up in the zone. The Royals trying to add some insurance runs. That'll be a good start for Jackson Merrill as he has his second perfect in 2 at-bats. This one over the head of the left fielder for a stand-up double. Nick Lofton would line out to first, leaving things up to Dylan Carlson, and Alex Reyes is going to do him dirty with a smooth back foot slider to get the swing and miss to end the threat. Ryan Stanek and Angel Zerpa would work a clean top half of the 8th inning for us, setting things up for our big dog, Rowan Wick, to slam the door shut in the 9th inning. He'll be welcomed by the middle of the order, but a nasty cutter on the hands sends Michael Busch packing for out number 1. Adam Hasley would pop out to left, leading Andy Paez as the final hope for the Dodgers in this one. And with one more 96-mile-per-hour fastball up at the top of the zone, Rowan Wicks puts a pretty bow in this one, and the Royals will take a pivotal Game 3. A hard-fought 3-2 victory in this one. Detmers battled tough as the bats were absolutely neutralized by Gavin Stone. But yet again, the Royals were able to get to Gregory Soto out of the pen, and the 3-run 6th was all we needed. Final line scores, the Dodgers scored 2 runs on 6 hits with no errors. The Royals scored 3 times on 6 hits with no errors. Detmers gets player of the game as he picks up the win. 12 strikeouts for both offenses in this one, as honestly, the pitchers low-key kind of cooked. Now on to Game 4. We'll be quick managing this matchup between Taj Bradley and his 0.90 playoff ERA and Sean Manaea. Both Bradley and Manaea got off to a strong start in this one, keeping the game scoreless through 3. But Dylan Carlson went big fly to lead off the 4th and give the Royals the lead. LA countered in the 5th off an RBI triple by Bellinger and a sac fly by Diego Cartaya. Bradley got chased in the 5th as he got into trouble with 2 outs, but Asa Lacy was able to end that threat by getting Freddie Freeman to fly out with runners on 1st and 2nd. LA was able to add 4 more in the 7th, though, off of both Jackson Kowar and Angel Zerpa. We weren't able to muster much of anything in the last couple of innings, and Evan Phillips would close us out for the Game 4 Dodgers victory. So we weren't able to take a commanding 3-1 series lead in this one, which means we won't have the opportunity to close this series out in front of the home fans. But we've got a critical Game 5 at home at least, and I love the pitching matchup of Tyler Mahle taking on former Royal Chris Bubich. Well, that's all I got for you guys in this one. The next episode will cover Games 5 and 6. Do you think we'll be able to bring the World Series title back to the Kansas City faithful? Drop your predictions in the comments. But in the meantime, between time, I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'm gone. Deuces.